For health reasons, I decided to get a DNA test to learn about my family history. When the test results arrived in my email, I initially thought there was an error, because I was looking at a family tree I had never known. When I talked to my family, the truth I learned: sometimes the most innocent decisions reveal the biggest secrets. Don't miss the shocking ending of this story. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now, because the truth I was about to learn would show that everything I knew about my identity was completely wrong. I'm Alex Thompson, a 25-year-old software engineer. I lived in Boston, leading a normal life, until my doctor asked about family history for my heart problem. "Alex, is there a family history of heart disease?" Dr. Martinez had asked. "I don't know, doctor. My family never talks about these things." "I recommend genetic testing. Family history is very important for your heart health." When I got home, I brought up the topic with my parents. "Mom, is there heart disease in our family? The doctor wants me to learn about our family history." My mother Margaret's face suddenly changed. "No need, Alex. We don't have such things in our family." My father Robert also gave evasive answers. "You're young. What heart disease?" But the doctor was insistent. "Alex, this test is only for your health. Knowing your family's medical history is vital." After thinking for 2 weeks, I made my decision. I would get a DNA test, both for health information and out of curiosity. I ordered an ancestry DNA kit. I sent the saliva sample. The 6-week waiting period began. During this time, I never discussed this topic with my family. But my mother's behavior was starting to seem strange. She was constantly asking questions, wondering what I was doing. "Alex, you've been very serious lately. Is there a problem?" "No, Mom, just tired from work." But I was really curious. Which countries did we come from? What diseases were in the family? 6 weeks later, the email arrived. "Your DNA test results are ready." I excitedly clicked the link. At first glance, the ethnic origin results looked normal: 60% Irish, 25% English, 15% German. My family always said we were Irish. But then I moved to the DNA matches section, and I froze. At the top it said close family member, 49% DNA match, Michael O'Connor. Michael O'Connor. I had never heard this name. What did 49% match mean? I researched on Google. 49 to 50% match meant sibling or parent. But I was an only child, and my parents were Margaret and Robert Thompson. My heart rate increased. I clicked on Michael O'Connor's profile. 52 years old, living in Chicago. Messaging feature was open. I messaged him. "Hello, Michael. I saw that we matched 49% on Ancestry DNA. This is a very high percentage. Can we meet?" 2 hours later, a reply came. "Alex, I've been looking for you for years. I'm your real father." My world collapsed. My real father? This is impossible. My father is Robert Thompson. "Alex, please let's talk on the phone. I'll explain everything to you." That night I called Michael. I said hello with a trembling voice. "Alex, my son, I finally found you. How is this possible? My family never mentioned you." Michael took a deep breath. "Alex, I was married to your mother Margaret 26 years ago. You are our son." "What? But my mother is married to Robert." "Alex, Margaret left me when you were 2 years old. She ran away with Robert and made them lose their tracks." I was confused. "But I always thought Robert was my father." "Robert is your stepfather." "Didn't Margaret tell him anything?" "No, I thought I was his biological son." Michael continued crying. "Alex, I've been looking for you for 23 years. I hired private detectives, searched for you everywhere. Why did my mother leave you?" "Margaret couldn't cope with being a very young mother. I worked long hours. She felt lonely and met Robert." "So why didn't they tell me anything?" "Because Robert wanted to adopt you. Margaret also wanted to start a new life by erasing my existence." I was shocked by this information. I was learning that my 25-year life was a lie. "Michael, so Daddy, can I see you?" "Of course, my son. Come to Chicago, or I'll come to Boston." "I'll come. But first I need to talk to my mother." The next day I sat down with my mother and Robert. I took the DNA results in my hand. "Mom, there's something I need to tell you. I got a DNA test." My mother's face turned white. What did you find?" "I learned that my real father is Michael O'Connor." Robert jumped up. "This is impossible. Robert, you're not my biological father. You're my stepfather." My mother started crying. "Alex, I was going to tell you. After 25 years, you were very little. Robert loves you very much. We became a family. But didn't I have the right to know who my real father was? Robert intervened. Alex, I raised you like my own son. I know, Robert, you've been a wonderful father, but I had the right to know my real father. My mother looked helplessly. Michael and I had problems. He was too young a father. I was very young too. So why did you run away? Why didn't you change addresses? Because Michael wouldn't consent. He took us to court. Then why didn't you talk to him? Why didn't you reach an agreement? My mother couldn't answer, because she knew she had made a mistake. Robert added, Alex, we wanted to protect you. If you really wanted to protect me, you would have told me the truth. 3 days later, I went to Chicago. When I saw Michael at the airport, I immediately recognized him. My eyes were his. My facial features were his. Dad, I said and started crying. Michael hugged me. My son, how I missed you. I stayed in Chicago for 3 days. I learned about Michael's life. He was an engineer, married, and I had 2 more siblings. Jennifer, 18, Tom, 16 years old. Alex, you're the big brother, said Michael. Your siblings are eager to meet you. When I entered Michael's house, the walls were full of photos, but I wasn't there. There was a 23-year gap. This is Jennifer's birthday, said Michael, pointing to a photo. This is Tom's graduation. I always wanted you to be here too. My eyes filled. These were the moments I had missed. When I met Jennifer and Tom, they were very excited. Brother, we finally found you, they said. Jennifer was crying. Dad always talked about you. He's been looking for you for years. Tom approached more shyly. Are you really my brother? Yes, Tom. I'm your big brother. So why weren't you here until now? I didn't know how to answer this question. It's a complicated situation, Tom. But I'm here now. Michael's wife Susan was very understanding. Alex, you're part of our family. You always were. Susan, this situation must be difficult for you too. No, Alex. When I met Michael, I knew your story. He misses you every day. That night, Michael talked to me privately. Alex, I never forget the days I lost you. What had happened, Daddy? Margaret was experiencing very young motherhood stress. I was too busy at work. I couldn't support her enough. But why did you take it to court? Because you're my son. I had the right to see you. But Margaret moved to Boston and changed addresses. Didn't you ever find my trail? I searched for years. I hired a private detective, but Margaret had changed her last name. She had changed your name too. I was shocked. Did they change my name? You were born Alex O'Connor, not Alex Thompson. This information hurt me a lot. They had not only stolen my father but also my name. Daddy, 23 years is a very long time. I know, my son, but we're here now. We'll make up for lost time. The next day, Michael took me to our old neighborhood. You were born and raised here, the park where you took your first steps. I didn't remember anything, but there was a strange sense of belonging. This is also our old house, he said, pointing to a small house. You said your first words here. He introduced the new owners who saw the house. This is my son Alex. He was born here. I was very moved by his being so proud. On the last day I went shopping with Jennifer. Alex, I love you very much, she said. Now I have a real brother. I love you too, Jennifer. I always wanted a sibling. Will you move to Chicago? I'm thinking about it. I have family here. Please come. Dad will be very happy. When I returned to Boston, I had a long talk with my mother and Robert. Mom, I saw Michael. He's a wonderful person. I can't understand why you left him. My mother replied in tears. Alex, I was very young then. I made a mistake, but I built a happy life with Robert. But why did you change my name? Why did you run away from Michael? Robert intervened. Alex, the court process was very difficult at that time. Margaret was under a lot of stress, but this was about me, my real identity. My mother cried. Alex, I'm sorry. I was young and scared. I've lived as Alex Thompson for 25 years, but my real name was Alex O'Connor. You're our son, Alex. Name doesn't matter. It matters, Mom. This is my identity. Robert took my hand. Alex, I've always loved you like my own son. I love you too, Robert. You've been a wonderful father, but I also want to have a relationship with my real father. Of course, my son. We understand that. Now I had 2 families, but this also brought difficulties. Which holidays would I spend with whom? Which family would I spend more time with? Michael constantly suggested that I move to Chicago. Alex, your siblings are here. Your real family is here. My mother wanted me to stay in Boston. Alex, you grew up here. Your life is here. This dilemma was very tiring for me. Finally, I made my decision. I would move to Chicago, but I would also come to Boston frequently. My mother was sad but understood. Just be happy, Alex. I changed jobs and moved to Chicago. Living in the same city with Michael is wonderful. I spend time with Jennifer and Tom every weekend. I'm trying to make up for the lost years. I also visit my mother and Robert once a month. I love them too because they raised me. Now I have two families, my Boston family and my Chicago family. Both are important. Michael and I do father-son activities. We go fishing, we go to games. We try to make up for 23 years of longing. Alex, I will never leave you anymore, says Michael. Me neither, Daddy. I'm not going anywhere anymore. I had the DNA test done for my health, but what I learned was much more important than my health. I had learned my real identity, my real family. Sometimes the simplest decisions can completely change your life. If I hadn't done that DNA test, I would never have found Michael. I wouldn't have known my siblings. Now I have two families, and I feel more complete, because now I know my real identity. What do you think? Have you encountered such a situation? What do you think about the secrets revealed by DNA testing? Should families keep such secrets from their children? Share your experiences in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for similar stories. See you in the next video.